Hi, this is me, Tony, and this is a project for I Love Languages Phoenician Language presentation, May 2024. I was actually approached by Andy from at I Love Languages to help with a presentation about the Phoenician language following the format that is used on at I Love Languages. I was very pleased to help, and this is my presentation for you. Before I start my presentation, I thought I would give you a short history about the Phoenician language. Phoenician was the language spoken in Phoenicia in the late Bronze Age, roughly circa 1200 BC, and through the Iron Age, which started in the Levant area around 1200 BC and was spoken until the 2nd century AD. Phoenician was also spoken in the Phoenician colonies around the Mediterranean Sea, especially in the famous city of Carthage, modern-day Tunisia, where it became known as Punic. Punic, with its descendant language Neo-Punic, continued to be spoken in North Africa until the 7th century AD. Phoenician is a Canaanite language descending from the Northwest Semitic branch of Proto-Semitic. Its sister language is Biblical Hebrew. Phoenician language history continued. The mother Canaanite language was spoken in the 2nd millennium BC throughout the land of Canaan, which used to include modern-day Israel and Palestine, western Jordan, Lebanon, and northwestern Syria, west of the Orontes River. Proto-Semitic and its daughter languages are a main part of the Afro-Asiatic group of languages spoken in the Middle East, North Africa, and Ethiopia. This group includes nowadays mainly Arabic, Hebrew, Berber, Coptic, Assyrian, Syriac, and the Amharic language in Ethiopia. The Phoenician language includes two main dialects, the Biblian dialect spoken in the city of Gubal, modern-day Byblos in Lebanon, and the Tyro-Sidonian dialect spoken in the region of Put, currently South Lebanon. In addition, we have the Punic and Neo-Punic later dialects. Some elements of the Phoenician language survive in the Lebanese and some other North African Arabic dialects, and some words have been absorbed by other languages like Latin. Phoenician language history and name. The Phoenician language is known in Phoenician as Duberim Kananim Ponim. Duberim Kananim Ponim. Duberim Kananim Ponim. This means talking, conversing in Canaanite Phoenician. We cannot talk about the Phoenician language without mentioning the Phoenician alphabet, the mother of almost all the alphabetical writing systems. The Phoenician alphabet includes 22 consonants without vowels, which makes reading Phoenician inscriptions somehow challenging. Sadly, the Phoenician language is now a dead language, spoken and taught only by some scholars in some universities interested in biblical studies. But it can be heard on YouTube on a few channels like mine. We hope it can be revived one day. The Phoenician alphabet font is unavailable through Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Edge, etc. Unfortunately, we must use the modified Latin alphabet like this one here. It's used by archaeologists when they are writing Phoenician inscriptions, or by using its sister modern Hebrew square script, like here, to write it down. This is how the name of the Phoenician language appears when we use the Phoenician letters, and this is my own writing in Phoenician. Duberim, Kananim, Ponim. Duberim, Kananim, Ponim. And this is an image of the letters of the Phoenician alphabet. And I'm going to read all those letters to you. This is the letter Aleph, Aleph. This is the letter Bet, Bet. This is the letter Gimel, Gimel. This is the letter Dalet, Dalet. This is the letter He, He. This is the letter Waw, Waw. This is the letter Zain, Zain. This is the letter Het, Het. This is the letter Tet, Tet. This is the letter Yod, Yod. This is the letter Kaf, Kaf. This is the letter Lamed, Lamed. This is the letter Mim, Mim. This is the letter Nun, Nun. This is the letter Sameth, Sameth. This is the letter Ain, Ain. This is the letter Pe, Pe. This is the letter Tzade, Tzade. This is the letter Qof, Qof. This is the letter Resh, Resh. This is the letter Shin, Shin. This is the letter Tau, Tau. Now we're going to talk about the Phoenician numbers from 1 to 10 to follow the format of video presentations on I Love Languages. Number 1 in Phoenician is written in Phoenician inscriptions as symbol as capital I, and it's written in writing as Had, Had with Aleph, Het, and Dalet. Had, Had. Number 2, written like that, and it's Stem, Stem, Stem. Number 3 is written with 3 lines like that, and it's pronounced as Chalosh, Chalosh, Chalosh. Number 4, it's written like that in inscriptions, and it's pronounced or written in letters as Arba, 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 Aleph, Resh, Bet, Ain. Number 5 is written like 3 lines plus 2 separate lines, and is written as Hamesh, 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 Het, Mim, Shin. We continue with Phoenician numbers from 1 to 10, and now we arrive at number 6. Number 6 is written like that, 3 lines followed by 3 lines in Phoenician inscriptions, and it's Shesh, transliteration Shesh, in Hebrew alphabet Shesh, Shin, Shin. Number 7 is written like that, 3 lines followed by 3 lines followed by 1 line, and it's Sheba, 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 Shin, Bet, Ain. Number 8 is written like that, 3 lines followed by 3 lines followed by 2 lines, and it's Shamone, 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 Shin, Mim, Nun. Number 9 is written like that, 3 lines followed by a group of 3 lines followed by a group of 3 lines, and it's Tesha, Tesha, in Hebrew alphabet, Tesha. Number 10 is written in Phoenician inscriptions like that with this sign, and it's Aeser, Aeser, Ain, Samech, Resh. And these are the Phoenician numbers from 1 to 10 as I wrote them in using the Phoenician letters and the Phoenician way of symbols for those numbers. And here we have the English numbers, and here we have the Arabic numbers. So number 1 is Ehad, number 2 is Shtem, number 3 is Shalosh, number 4 is Arba, number 5 is Hamesh, number 6 is Shesh, number 7 is Sheba, number 8 is Shamone, number 9 is Tesha, and number 10 is Aeser. Phoenician vocabulary, the independent personal pronouns. First person pronoun singular is Anichi, Anichi. In the Hebrew alphabet, Anichi, Aleph, Nun, Taf. English translation is I. Second person pronoun masculine is Ata. In Hebrew, Ata. English translation, you. Second person pronoun feminine is Ati. Ati. Ati in Hebrew alphabet. English translation is you again. Third person pronoun singular masculine is who. Transliteration who. Who. A. Aleph. English translation is he. Third person pronoun singular feminine is he. Transliteration he. In Hebrew alphabet he. English translation is she. The independent personal pronouns in plural. First person pronoun plural is anahnu. Anahnu. In Hebrew alphabet, anahnu. Aleph, nun, het, nun. English translation is we. Second person pronoun plural. Atim. 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 Aleph, taw, mim. English translation, you, for plural. Third person pronoun plural is humet. Transliteration humet. In Hebrew alphabet, humet. A, mim, taw. English translation is they. And here are the Phoenician personal pronouns written in Phoenician with my own writing. Anithi, ata, ati, hu, he, anahnu, atim, humet. Phoenician vocabulary by Abed-Milqart. Now, let us imagine a young 10-year-old inquisitive boy named Abed-Milqart, whose name means in Phoenician, the servant of Milqart. And Milqart is milk of the Qart, the god, king of the city. And in this circumstance, it's the city of Tyre in modern-day South Lebanon, also known as Sur in Phoenician. This boy is the youngest of his siblings. So he is a Phoenician from the Phoenician city of Tyre. And it's around 800 BC. This boy is talking to us in Phoenician and is introducing us to some common Phoenician greetings, common expressions, and common Phoenician vocabulary. Phoenician greetings from Abed-Milqart. Anichi Abed-Milqart, Yom Na'im Likil Khom. Transliteration, Anichi Abed-Milqart, Yom Na'im Likil Khom. Anichi Abed-Milqart, Yom Na'im Likil Khom. I am Abed-Milqart. Good day to you all. This is an English translation. Shalem uyarih likil khom. Shalem uyarih likil khom. Shalem uyarih likil khom. I salute and welcome you all. Ushelmim atim ap anichi shalem. Ushelmim atim ap anichi shalem. Ushelmim atim ap anichi shalem. Are you well? I too am well. باركتكم لإل أبي ألونيم يبعلكم نعم. باركتكم لإل أبي ألونيم يبعلكم نعم. باركتكم لإل أبي ألونيم يبعلكم نعم. I bless you by El, the Father of all gods. May he grant you good things. Phoenician greetings from Abed-Milqart as written by me using Phoenician letters. Anichi Abed-Milqart, Yom Na'im Likilchom. Shalem uyarih likilchom. Ushelmim atim ap anichi shalem. Baraktchom li'el abe'alonim yip'alchom na'am. Abed-Milqart talks about his family. Ha'ishat ze hi em ishli. Ha'ishat ze hi em ishli. Ha'ishat ze hi em ishli. English translation, this woman is my mother. Emmi ba'alat bet hi. Emmi ba'alat bet hi. Emmi ba'alat bet hi. Translation: my mother is a housewife, or in other words, my mother is the mistress of the house. האיש זה הוא אב איש לי. האיש זה הוא אב איש לי. האיש זה הוא אב איש לי. This man is my father. أبي تمت سبع سور. أبي تمت سبع سور. أبي تمت سبع سور. Translation: my father is a leader of the army of Tyre. הנער זה הוא אחי. העלמות זה היא אחתי. הנער זה הוא אחי. העלמות זה היא אחתי. הנער זה הוא אחי. העלמות זה היא אחתי. This young man is my brother, and this young girl is my sister. זה עזרת איש לי. זה עזרת איש לי. זה עזרת איש לי. This is my family. Abed-Milqart talks about his family, and this is the same conversation we heard before, and it's written in the Phoenician letters. So let us read it again to you in Phoenician. האישת זה היא איש לי. אמי בעלת בית היא. האיש זה הוא אב איש לי. אבי תמה סבא סור. הנער זה הוא אחי. העלמות זה היא אחתי. זה עזרת איש לי. Abed-Milqart talks about his city and country. فنحن شُبِتْنُ بقرطسور. فنحن شُبِتْنُ بقرطسور. فنحن شُبِتْنُ بقرطسور. English translation: we live in the city of Tyre. לי מצא שמש ולי הצפון הרים רומים. הר חרמון והרים ליבנון. לי מצא שמש ולי הצפון הרים רומים. הר חרמון והרים לבנון. לי מצא שמש ולי הצפון הרים רומים. הר חרמון והרים לבנון. To the east and the north of the city we have high mountains, Mount Hermon and the mountains of Lebanon. Al Harim Sheleg, Arzim, Mi'etz Arzim, Tsurim Yipalu Onoyot, Yibnu Bate Alonim. Al Harim Sheleg Arzim, Mi'etz Arzim, Tsurim Yipalu Onoyot, Yibnu Bate Alonim. Al Harim Sheleg Arzim, Mi'etz Arzim, Tsurim Yipalu Onoyot, Yibnu Bate Alonim. On the mountains there is snow and there are cedar trees. From the wood of the cedar tree, the people of Tyre manufacture ships and build temples for the gods. This is again the same conversation that we heard before about Abed-Milqart talking about his city and country, and this is written in Phoenician letters. אנחנו שובתנו בקרצור, למצעד שמש, ולהצפון הרים רומים, הר חרמון והרים לבנון, על הרים שלג וארזים, מעץ ארזים, צורים יפעלו עוניות, ויבנו בתי אלונים. Abed-Milqart talks about his city and his king. عير تصور إيهي بسبب يم. عير تصور إيهي بسبب يم. عير تصور إيهي بسبب يم. English translation: the inner city of Tyre is an island surrounded by the sea. بعير أتم حزيتم بيت ميلخ وبيت ميلقرت بعل سور. بعير سور أتم حزيتم بيت ميلخ وبيت ميلقرت بعل سور. بعير سور أتم حزيتم بيت ميلخ وبيت ميلقرت بعل سور. English translation: in the inner city of Tyre you can see the castle of the king and the temple of Milqart, the god of Tyre. ببيت ميلقرت كهنيم يفعلوا ملخات على المذبح ألام. ببيت ميلقرت كهنيم يفعلوا ملخات على المذبح ألام. ببيت ميلقرت كهنيم يفعلوا ملخات على المذبح ألام. English translation: in the temple of Milqart, some priests perform services on the altar of the god. Milqart talks about his king and wishes you well. ببيت ملخ يشب آية ملخ تصور. هملخ يشير وأدم شم هو. ببيت ملخ يشب آية ملخ تصور. هملخ يشير وأدم شم هو. ببيت ملخ يشب آية ملخ تصور. هملخ يشير وأدم شم هو. English translation: in the king's castle lives the king of Tyre. The king is a righteous king and a renowned person. هميلخ بعل كسب وبعل حراتس بربيم هو. هميلخ بعل كسب وبعل حراتس بربيم هو. هميلخ بعل كسب وبعل حراتس بربيم هو. English translation: the king possesses silver and gold in large quantities. Aureus is called in Latin and harats is called in Phoenician. So this word may have a Phoenician, probably a Punic origin. So this word was absorbed in the Latin language. Now, Abed-Milqart wishes you well, and he says, Hawo hamilcha, hawo ayet am tsur, hawo duberim kananim ponim, hawo ayet kil adamim bishat alpem mu'asrim mu'arba. Hawo hamilcha, hawo ayet am tsur, hawo duberim kananim ponim, hawo ayet kil adamim bishat alpem mu'asrim mu'arba. English translation: long live the king, long live the people of Tyre, long live the Phoenician language, long live all of you in the year 2024. I remember the resemblance between Hawo, which Ave or Ave in Latin. So Ave in Latin, the V was pronounced as W. So Ave in non-ecclesiastical Latin. So Ave Maria means may you live long. So this is salutation, a Phoenician salutation that was absorbed in the Latin language. Milqart talks about his city and his king, and this is written in Phoenician. عير تصور إيه إيسا بابا يم. بعير أتم حزيتم بيت ميلخ وبيت ميلقرت بعل سور. ببيت ميلقرت كهنيم يفعلوا ملخات على المذبح ألام. ببيت ميلخ يشب آية ميلخ تصور. هميلخ يشير وأدم شم هو. هميلخ بعل كسب وبعل حراتس بربيم هو. The Lord's Prayer in Phoenician, using the modified Latin letters. أبونو إش بشميم يتقدش شمخ بقو مملختخ كن رعتخ مو إش بشميم قطع الأرض بن لانو هيوم لحمينو تميم شلخ لانو حطئينو مو إش أنحنو شلخنو لحطئيم لانو وقال تشلحنو ليديها نسخ إم حلتسينو من آية رع. כי לך הממלכת והעז והעצמות العلم. Amen. This is the Lord's Prayer in Phoenician using the Hebrew letters. This is the second reading of the Lord's Prayer in Phoenician. And here we're going to read the transliteration. Abunu ish bishamim, yitqaddesh shmocha, bo'u mimlechetcha, kun ra'otcha, mo ish bishamim ap al aretz. إن لنو هيوم لحمانو تميم شلخ لانو حتى آنو مو إيش أنحنو شلخنو لحتى إيم لانو وقال تشلحنو ليداها نسخ محلتسينو من آية رع ويلخاها مملخت وعز وعصمت العلم أمين. This is the final reading of the Lord's Prayer in Phoenician using Phoenician letters as written by me with the Arabic accents to help us read the vowels. Abunu ish bishamim yitqaddash shmocha tibo'u mimlechetcha kun ra'otcha mo ish bishamim ap al aretz. إن لنو هيوم لحمانو تميم شلخ لانو حتى آنو ما إيش أنحنو شلخنو لي حتى إيم لانو هل تشلحنو ليداها نساس إم حلتسينو من آية راع كي لخاها مملخت وعز وعصمت العلم أمين. To end this presentation, I'm going to share with you the King Ahiram sarcophagus inscription dating back to the 10th century BC. This inscription was inscribed on the sarcophagus, and you can see it here. And this was the very first important Phoenician inscription written using the newly created Phoenician alphabet. So let us share this inscription with you. This is a sketching of the King Ahiram sarcophagus Phoenician inscription. And these are the Phoenician letters. King Ahiram sarcophagus inscription has two parts. The main part was inscribed on the sarcophagus itself. The second part was inscribed on the tomb wall. For more information about this inscription, you may visit my YouTube channel. Let us read this inscription to you now. Arun Ze Baal Itobal bin Ahiram Milch Gubal li Ahiram Abihu fi Shatihu bi Olam Al Milch bemilchim Saken bi Sakenim Utama Mihnit علي جبال ويجل أرون زن تحت سب حطر مشبطيه تحت بك كيسا ملخيه نحت تبرح على الجبال ويمحي سيباريه لوبت شابيلو. Second part of the inscription لدعت إن يبدلخ تحت زن. This is the inscription in the modified Latin alphabet. King Ahiram Phoenician inscription in Phoenician letters was written by me with the use of Arabic marks and also the Latin vowels to help us read this inscription. So let us read this inscription, final reading for you today. أرون زي بعل إيتوبال بن أحيرام ملخ جبال لأحيرام أبيه كي شطيه بعلام الملخ بملخيم سكن بسكنيم تما محنيت علي جبال ويجل أرون زي تحت صب حطر مشبتيه تحت فق كي ساملخيه نحت تبرح على الجبال Ru yimpi siparihu lupep shabilu. Second part. לדעת הנה יפוד לך תחת זן. King Ahiram sarcophagus inscription, English translation. This coffin was made by Itobal, son of Ahiram, king of Byblos, for Ahiram his father. Lo, he put him in eternity. Now if a king among kings, and a governor among governors, and a commander of an army shall come up against Byblos, and if he shall uncover this coffin, the scepter of his judiciary shall break, the throne of his kingdom shall overturn, and peace and quietness shall depart from Byblos. And if he shall erase this inscription, his royal robe shall be torn. Second part of the inscription, attention, behold, thou shalt come to grief below. Final greeting in Phoenician. תודת ברבים ליטל אית אדמים טובים איש שמעו קולי בדוברים כננים פונים היום. מזל נעים לכלכם. תודת ברבים ליטל אית אדמים טובים איש שמעו קולי בדוברים כננים פונים היום. מזל נעים לכלכם. תודת ברבים לכל אית אדמים טובים איש שמעו קולי בדוברים כננים פונים היום. מזל נעים לכלכם. Thank you very much to all of you, good people, for listening to me speaking in Phoenician. Good luck to you all. Many thanks to Andy at I Love Languages for her interest in the Phoenician language and for allowing me to feature on her YouTube channel. Final greetings from Abed-Milqart and from me, Tony, in Phoenician. Abed-Milqart, Hawo Hamilch, Hawo Ayet Am Tsur, Hawo Duberim Kananim Ponim, Hawo Ayet Kil Adamim Bichat Alpem Usrim Arba. Tony, Todat Biribim, Likil Ayet Adamim Tobim, Ishim'u Qoli Biduberim Kananim Ponim Hayom. Mizal Naim Likilchom. And these are my references for this presentation. Thank you again.